Hi, good afternoon everybody, welcome along. Today is Thursday the 17th of September 2020. This is our noonday snack. Now if you're on catch up and this isn't the snack that you want, then please feel free to go and find the one you do want, and I'll catch you on the catch up a little bit later on. Just drop us a comment, let us know you've been there. It's always good to know when people have popped by. And share success stories with us. We love hearing about successes that people have had as far as achieving more or doing more or finding things easier, walking down sandy banks and stuff like that I think we've had recently. So all that sort of stuff really makes our day. It's always great to hear those sorts of things. So pop us a little comment, let us know you've been in, let us know how things are with you, and share any successes that you've got if you so feel. It's always good to hear from you, as I say. So I'm standing Kels today. I'm body doubling for Kels. I'm sorry, Kelsey. I know I'm not much of a body double, but hey, I'll do my best. So we'll just wait for people to come online, come on board, let us know that they're here, so that I know I'm not on my own. I've got people joining me. Those be sad little days. I can see someone has popped up. We've got our first person. So I'm going to leave the catch up people. And I'm going to chat with other folks now. Great thing about catch up, obviously, just before I go, is that you can pause it at any time, have a look at the movements. You can also do it anytime you want to. You can always catch up at any point in time. Right, you could also skip through this little preamble if you want to, but who wants to, hey? I'm going to go now anyway. I'm going to say hi to everybody else. So I can see Wendy's popped up. Good afternoon, Wendy from Shrewsbury. Always good to have you with us. I know we've got someone else, but I can't quite see who it is. Bright and breezy for you in Shrewsbury today, Wendy. That's good to know. So I'm a stand-in Kelsey today. Kelsey's off doing something else. I'm off doing something else this afternoon, so I've taken over Kelsey's lunch day slot, and then you've got Bex again at 4 o'clock this evening. I will be thinking of you, as I'm all masked up and doing the bits that I've got to do. I will be thinking of you, missing you all, as we do. I think it's been nice spending this time with people, even though I can't see you. It's nice sharing some time with people on a regular basis, every day. Sorry, I've just got this little fly flying around in front of me, and it's, once you've seen it, you can't stop looking, can you? It's like, where's it gone? There it is. So let us know how things are for you. How have you been? What have you been doing? You managed to be crowbarring in some additional activities this morning after you warm up and your mobilisation and circulation booster with Bex first thing. Hopefully you've managed to crowbar in a few additional activities as well. It's always good to try and crowbar in some, and those mobilisations and those circulation boosters is something you can do continually throughout the day. We can always find an opportunity to shoehorn a little bit of that in. So we're coming around to 12 o'clock. I think we've got about 2 minutes to go. So we'll hang around and see who else comes in. I can see we've got some more faces popping up. Say hello. Let me know when you're here. I think it's like Carol I can see has popped up. Can't quite make out the other person. I get a little icon in the top of my screen. Wendy I spotted straight away because I recognise the picture, but where it's faces I can't quite see the faces sometimes, so apologies for that. Say hello to me, let me know you're here. It's always good to know you're here. And then I'm not talking to myself. I do plenty of that anyway. Gillian, good afternoon to you. You've just popped up and instantly come in with a message. Very sunny in Port Talbot. In the house this morning, so off out this afternoon visiting a friend. Well, I hope you have a lovely afternoon there, Gillian. Good afternoon to you, Vivian. Lunchtime crept up on us. I know it certainly has, hasn't it? And hi to you, Diana. Yes, I've been sort of crowbarring, thanks to you and your team. It's always our pleasure to I say we love spending time with you. We love sharing 5 or 10 minutes beforehand, and then 10 minutes having a bit of a snack with you throughout the day. I'm standing in for Kelsey today. I'm not here at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I'll be off at work myself at 4 o'clock this afternoon, masked and gowned up and doing my stuff in this new world we find ourselves in. So I'm covering for Kelsey, who's off doing something else, day job wise as well today. So I will do my best to be Kelsey. Hair's a little shorter. I haven't got the fringe look. Not quite a body double. Sorry. What can I say, Kelsey? And then I've got the delight straight after this. I need to keep time today because I've got the delight. So I'm going off to the dentist. I've got to go and I'm going to the hygienist. I was in the middle of having some work done on my teeth. I lost a crown a while ago, which is why I don't smile very much on this side of my face. I lost a crown and I'm in the middle of having all that sorted when all this happened. So it sort of stopped. And I'm in the process of trying to get it all going again now. Hi Dawn, good to see you. Right, we are at 12 o'clock. So folks, if you want to get rid of the comments from your screen, please swipe them to the right. They will be gone. You're right, always welcome to keep them there though. One last hello before I do that. Good afternoon to you, Christine in from Llanelli. Lovely to see sunshine on your prompt for us today. And good afternoon to you, Sheila. Been cleaning out the shed this morning, so you've been lots of turning and twisting, which is fantastic. Lots of opportunities to crowbar there. Okay, 3, 2, 1 everybody, good afternoon. My name is Dave Montgomery from Later Life Training. Welcome along. This is our 12 noonday snack on this Thursday, the 17th of September 2020. Our second opportunity to add additional movement minutes into our day. Let's get ourselves into a position where we want to do this. So we can choose firstly whether we want to do it in a standing or a seated position. In seated, it's an active seated position, and in standing, then it's an active standing position as well. So for our standing, let's bring ourselves so our heels are in line with our hips, our knees are soft. Grow a couple of inches by inflating that balloon between your ribs and your hips, and lengthen, bringing your shoulders up, back, and pressing down. Exactly the same in our seated position, but away from the back of the chair. So a hip walk to the front third of the chair, sitting tall. And then from there, excuse me, don't know where that came from. Let's bring it into a heel lift to start our circulation booster. I'm just going to close this door behind me so it cuts out a little bit of that light. So we've got that heel lift into there. Exactly the same into our chair and into our seated position. Remembering to sit tall, grow those extra couple of inches and feel those couple of extra inches you've gained in height. So lift and lengthen through your body. We're peeling the heel off the floor. Now this is our circulation booster, so it's a rhythmic movement just to start the circulation boosting. So to get the blood pumping around the body a little bit more, get us breathing a little bit heavier, but mobilising the joints and warming the joints as well. From there, let's take it into a march if we can. Now with the march, we're just lifting the foot off the floor slightly. So the toes peel off, and then we place the toes back down as the final element. So we peel the heel, we peel the ball of the foot, and then we peel the toes off and place them back down. In our seated position, exactly the same, but this can be quite a tough move into our feet, into our hip flexor, with this movement in our feet with that lift. So you may want to stay with your heel lift, or an option for you is taking the toes out in front, dabbing them out in front with a toe tap, and then bringing the foot back in. From there, whichever you've chosen to do, let's bring an arm swing in. And if we're in standing and feel confident, steady and stable, and in seated, let's bring both arms in. In standing, if we're utilising our support, then every now and again, take a pause, take as many steps as you need to turn into your support, to change to the other side, and bring the other arm in. This movement's from our shoulder. So we're driving the elbow backwards, focusing on mobilising through our shoulders. It's about the range of motion rather than the speed. And remember that your range of motion and your speed as far as this circulation booster is the correct one. So we're going for about a minute or a couple of minutes of this rhythmic movement, opening the arteries, getting the blood pumping, and then we should feel as though we need to take a breath or a couple of deep breaths, and we're ready for our movement snack. Okay, we're going to start with a wall climb, and what I mean by wall climb is we're going to work our fingers as well. So let me show you from here, from the side. Can you see me here? I'll show you from here I'm going to show you from here actually, then I'll show you the hand movement. So what we're doing is we're lifting onto our toes and then lowering back down with control. Now we're coming up onto the ball of the foot and we're coming up onto the second toe and the big toe. We're not coming onto the outside of our foot. So our heel lift, which we used to a reach as well. But what I want you to do is to walk the hand up the wall. So if I come in here, you can see that hand movement is a walk of the fingers up the wall. So we're getting some movement into those fingers. Yeah, you can't quite see it here. I can't get the camera angle quite right without disappearing around the corner, which you don't want. Now, in our seated position, what we're going to do is lift onto our toes. If seated is our option for us, and standing is not on our radar, we're going to lift onto our toes, and at the same time we're going to walk those fingers up. So as you bring the hand up, put a movement into your fingers and reach tall. So we come up, and then once we're to where our normal point is, we try and reach a little bit further. Now, work to your limit again. So if you can only bring your hand up to here, that's fine. Put that little extra reach in by trying to lift that shoulder and lengthen through the side. And then change side to the other one. Keeping that movement on your feet going with that lift and that lower. Sorry, a little bit of pain in my calf there, hence my little pedals. So we've got the lift onto the toes, and remember we're still coming up onto that big toe and the second toe. We don't want to let the feet come out to the side. So focusing and feeling that balance and walking the fingers up. Now, if you feel steady and stable with it, rather than have your hand on the wall, have it close by. So if you need to, you can put your hand on the wall, but you can work on your balance as well. So here we're challenging our balance. Hip width apart with those feet, possibly just a little bit further, but not too far out. Lifting up. Trouble is when we go too far out, that's when we can start to come into or out onto the foot. So a normal foot placement so that we can feel we're there. Yeah, we're bringing it up with control, lengthening, and then lowering with control as well. Knees staying soft the whole time on this lift. And coming straight up, straight down. What we're not doing is coming forward. So we're not leaning forward into it. We're lifting tall. So imagine you're reaching into that top cupboard. You know, where we hid that last bar of chocolate from Christmas. Let's get it out. Let's eat it. Okay. From there, let's move on to our second movement, and we're going to come from a sit to a stand. Okay, I know it's movements that we've done regularly, and I'm just repeating these today for you. Just put some of our regular movements back in. Sit to stand is something that most of us will do regularly on a daily basis. Getting out of bed, getting off the toilet, getting in and out of the car, getting off the sofa or off the chair, getting into the dining chair, all of those activities. So, what we're going to do from our seated position, first let me show you this. In our seated position, we've got the heels slightly behind our knees. We're going to hinge slightly from the hip. It's not a big movement, but we're going to come forward and press the power down through our heels, following our nose through our toes to a standing position. And then with control, lower ourselves back down into that chair. Now, if you're coming from a stand, well, you are going to be coming from standing to seated to start off with, bring yourself to feel the chair behind you, lower with control, and then hip walk into the front third of the chair. Now, seated options. We have a squeeze of the bum, so a lift of the buttocks and lifting, that's our first option, to squeeze and lift to help with our active sitting. Our second option is a little jockey lift, so we've got a little bit of a movement there where we're just coming off the chair slightly, not quite a jockey lift, the start of. And then our third is to take it to a little jockey lift there. Okay, have some support available in front if you need it, and if you need to use it, use it. Okay, so choose the one that is right for you. Think about your position, think about your posture. No bending from the hips, no bending from the waist as you come forward, a hinge from the hips, and powering up. Controlling on the lower, so we really control that sit back down. Make sure your heels are behind your toes if you're doing the standing option, so that you don't put undue pressure onto your knee joints. And if you're going for your buttock lift, then really feel that bum squeeze and feel yourself grow a couple of extra inches. Can you see how my head is lifting slightly? And there's no movement in this up part of the body. It's all happening here, look. Squeeze and lift. Or that lean and start to feel that propulsion starting to come in the first part of our sit to stand, or powering it through to bring that little jockey lift in and lowering with control. And again, as I say, everyday activities, we utilise those moves. You know, we're getting in and out of the car, we're getting in and out of bed. All of that involves us doing that movement. Right, our third one is our ankle strengthener. So I'm going to reposition this camera so you can look down at my feet, okay? So here we go. Now, feet-wise, we're on our chair, we're in the front third of the chair. Okay, we're going to bring the knees together, but not right together. Now, if you've got a cushion, you can put a cushion in there, or you can put your hands there, even a fist in there if you wanted to. We don't want it right tight together, but we want the knees fairly close together. Heels are going to come out and toes are going to point into each other. Have a look at the movement from here, then I'll turn sideways. So we've got a lift of the toes with the heels staying where they are, lowering down. The heels and the knees stay where they are, and we take the toes out. Lift again, lower, bring in and lift. So sideways on, look, this is your movement. So can you see the knees are staying together? There's the lift, the heels are staying down. Knees stay where they are, heels stay where they are. We take the feet out and we lift again, bringing the toes back in and lifting. Now this is one you can do whenever you're sat down. Give yourself a little bit of a workout into those ankles. So we talk about, you know, potentially mobility wise, this is one that you can do while you're sat down. This is also one you can do. So after you mobilise them, try and have a little go and a bit of strength work into there. Ankles are really important to us in our everyday life from a stability point of view. If standing is on our radar, then stability through our ankles is achieved through their strength, their mobility and their flexibility. They're constantly making movement changes and position changes to keep us balanced and stable. There we go. There is your third movement for today. That does it for a Thursday afternoon. I'm off to see the dentist now. Wish me luck. I know there'll be no fillings or anything because it's just the hygienist I'm seeing. So, but I still don't like going to dentists. First time I've been since all of this, since we've been in lockdown as well. So we'll see how it all pans out. I'm interested to find out. Have a great day, everybody. Bex will be with you at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I'll be back with you at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, where we'll pick up on our sway and stretch. And Kelsey will be back with you at lunchtime tomorrow. Crowbar in some additional activities for me as you go forward through the rest of the day. And keep posture, mobility and movement on your radar for the rest of the day and throughout as well. Take care, everybody. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.